Yeah, good morning. Happy Thanksgiving, man. Happy Turkey Day, man, for you jive turkeys, man. This Mr. Saidsumn, man. I got something to say. I laugh and joke, man, but I don't play. But this is for the man who about to give up, man. You got to hold you steady, man, and keep pushing. You got to learn how to talk to yourself, man, and, and listen to yourself, man, and know yourself, man, and keep going, man. The top it ain't nothing but another couple steps away. The top ain't nothing but a couple steps away, man. I know you tired, but you got to keep pushing. Check this out.
You may not realize it yet, but the exhaustion you feel is not the end of your strength. It is the beginning of your awakening. When a man loses the desire to keep going, it is never because he is weak. It is because he is standing at the doorway of a life he has not yet learned to enter. Think of how many battles you have fought alone. How many nights you pushed through when no one saw your effort. How often you rose even when your spirit whispered that it would be easier to let everything collapse. That kind of resilience does not disappear. It only falls silent under the weight of disappointment. What you call losing the desire is often nothing more than the soul refusing to continue a path beneath its potential. You are not resisting life. You are resisting a version of yourself that no longer fits who you are becoming. Your fatigue is not surrender. It is transformation demanding space. Look back at the promises you once made to yourself. Not the small ones, the sacred ones. The visions that stirred you, the goals that once lit your mind, the future that felt so close you could almost touch it. If those dreams still live in you, then desire has not died. It has only been buried beneath discouragement. Ask yourself why the desire feels faint now. Is it because you cannot reach what you want? Or because you have not yet decided to rise to the height your dream requires? A man loses energy when he forgets his purpose and regains it the moment he remembers why he began.
Only in America, people trample on each other to get a good deal exactly one day after celebrating being thankful for what they already have.
There is a truth you must hear. The strongest men you admire all reach this same hour. The hour when the body obeys, but the heart hesitates. The hour when logic says to slow down, but destiny demands that you continue. What separated them from the crowd was not talent. It was refusal. Refusal to collapse when desire felt absent. Consider how close you may already be. A mind discouraged by yesterday cannot see how near tomorrow's victory lies. Some men quit when the ground becomes heavy. Unaware that one more push would reveal the treasure just beneath the surface, do not repeat their fate. The world does not test men at the beginning of their journey. It tests them inches before their breakthrough. The loss of desire is not an ending. It is the final pressure applied to those who are destined to rise above the average. If you feel tired of the climb, it means the summit is nearer than you think. Now think of the consequences of giving in, not just for you, but for everyone who silently depends on your rise, your future family, those who look to you for strength, and even the man you will become years from now. If you give in today, you do not merely lose progress, you lose the future version of yourself who was waiting for your arrival. Yet imagine the opposite. Imagine refusing to give in. Imagine choosing persistence when everything inside you begs for rest. Imagine discovering that your desire returns tenfold the moment you prove you can act without it. That is the turning point of every extraordinary life. You do not need motivation right now. You need direction. You need the steady inner command that says, I will not yield. Desire is a flame, but decision is the spark that reignites it. And once you make that decision, desire follows, courage returns, and strength rises from places you thought were empty. Listen closely. You are not at the end. You are at the threshold. And thresholds always feel like breaking points to those who do not understand them. What feels like the collapse of your desire is only the collapse of the limitations that once defined you. Hold on a little longer. push once more, refuse to give in. The man you are becoming is forged in exactly this hour, and no other hour could have shaped him. There comes an hour in every man's life when the flame that once drove him forward grows faint, not because his strength has vanished, but because his spirit is pressing against an inner boundary that no longer fits the stature of his growth. What feels like failure is often merely expansion demanding a larger field in which to move. A man does not lose desire because he is weak. He loses desire because the life he has tolerated no longer satisfies the deeper nature within him. The spirit becomes restless when confined to a purpose too small, and this restlessness expresses itself as fatigue, discouragement, and the strange heaviness that settles upon the mind before transformation begins. Most men misinterpret this inner pressure. They believe they are falling behind when they are actually outgrowing the limits that once held them. They confuse emotional exhaustion with true exhaustion, forgetting that a man can be weary in his heart while his strength remains untouched. The body bends only after the spirit yields, and it is the spirit that is calling for renewal now. There is a silence that comes over a man in such times, a silence not of death but of preparation. Desire may withdraw into the shadows, but it has not disappeared. It has merely retreated to make room for a greater force that wishes to emerge. You are not standing at the end. You are standing at the threshold, and thresholds always feel heavier than ordinary moments. Many men have walked this path before you. Abraham Lincoln endured months when desire deserted him completely, when his spirit felt broken beneath the weight of failure and loss. Yet from that very silence came the strength that later shaped a nation. Henry Ford knew long stretches of discouragement when his plans failed and his funds dwindled, yet he pressed forward because something silent within him refused to collapse. Andrew Carnegie faced seasons when desire dimmed under hardship, but he learned that desire is not the source of persistence. Purpose is. Discouragement is cunning. It disguises itself as reason, offering arguments that seem sound. Slow down, step back, turn away. But these arguments are the language of fear, not truth. When a man seeks growth, discouragement always arrives to test his seriousness. It whispers not because he is incapable, but because he is close to crossing into a life the timid part of him does not yet understand. This moment is not a wall, it is a threshold. The weight you feel is not the weight of failure, but the weight of doors preparing to open. A man must learn to recognize the difference between the end of desire and the pause before rebirth. When desire goes silent, the man must become still enough to hear the quieter voice beneath it, the voice of the deeper self calling him upward. Others may not understand this hour, but they will feel its impact. For when a man continues despite emptiness, those who watch him sense a rare strength. They may not speak it, but they see the steadiness in his bearing, the dignity in his endurance, the quiet confidence in his refusal to yield. People instinctively admire the man who acts with resolve, even when enthusiasm has departed. There is strength hidden within the simple act of one more hour. The man who gives one more hour when his desire is gone gains an advantage over those who quit at the first sign of fatigue. Nature reserves her greater rewards for the man who endures past the ordinary limit, for endurance reveals character more than desire ever could. Desire begins the journey, but endurance completes it. A man must learn to speak to himself when desire grows silent. He must declare inwardly, "My spirit is stronger than my mood. My purpose is greater than my discomfort. I continue because I have chosen to continue." Such
If that ain't no food, man, I don't know what it is, man. Y'all better eat that, man. Soak it up, man. This is a sponge, man. Be a sponge and soak that game up, man. This Mr. Saidsumn. I'll holler at y'all.